When we first picked up the van, we knew that we had a few rust patches on there that we needed to deal with, so we just wanted to run through how we dealt with them. We're certainly no experts at all, but we kind of wanted to show that you can deal with them. It's not the end of the world, even if it isn't to a professional standard.
Go, go, go. Something we did notice, we knew there was rust up here, but it's a bit worse than we thought after we've already had a go at sanding some of it. But gonna do it properly whilst they're up here, just so it doesn't get rusty. It's the same on the other side, unfortunately. The roof generally not too bad. Let's take that vent off, like we said. Slight scratch here, cover that up. Yeah, otherwise not too bad. So be spending a big chunk of the day up here today. This little funny rubber seal thing, I guess it's to help the water run down the channel, but it's a magnet for rust. Yesterday, spent the day sanding out all of the rust with the wire drill attachment and some 40 grit sandpaper. It's left a nice finish. Then we applied the rust converter today. Going to fill it in. First of all, just a bit of tar and glue remover to get rid of any contaminants. Just wipe that down, yeah, then we start filling. Right, so we've got some filler. This is fiberglass filler, so it has fiberglass strands in it for strength. You can mesh behind it, but it's not really a hole and it's just a gap I'm trying to fill in. I'm not going to bother with that. Gonna let that set and then give it a second coating. Spent about 4 days trying to fill in this lump that was there before. We'll put a picture up of what it looked like before, and then to try and match it better, sanded back the panel. No more rust, but now we've got to colour it. Should look better than it did before. Let's give it a go.
How long do you leave it for?
Only like 10 minutes. First coat, 3 coats. Take 2 at painting.
Why is it take 2? What happened?
I sprayed too much on the first time and tried to wipe it off, and it made a big mess. So then I had to sand it all back down and re-prime it. The benefit is that it looks a bit better down the bottom because I did some more sanding.
As well as that, I've just cut through the brake light. So all in all, today's gone well.
This is my repair for a big rust patch that was down here. However, as you can see, it paints the wrong colour, which is really annoying because I'm actually quite happy with the quality of the finish, but I was convinced that was the right colour, so yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about it. Primer coat. I think most of it's behind the bumper. Then you've got to leave it 10 minutes and then do another coat, and then leave it another 10 minutes and then do another coat. No more rust. all ready for spraying. Never have too much newspaper. Still needs cutting in. There's some fine sandpaper and some polish. Doesn't look too bad. Definitely better than what was there. It's the right paint code, but never a perfect match, these things. Relatively happy with it though. Going to try and blend in these two bits of paint, and whilst I'm at it, try and get rid of that scratch. So I've just washed it down and then got to go over it with the 1500 grit sandpaper first, and then the 3, and then the 5, and then the 7, and then get the machine polisher out. Let's see it all scratched up and move on to the 3000 grit. Onto the 5, soapy water in here. Pretty scuffed up. 7,000 to go. That's all the sanding I'm brave enough to do. And get the polisher set up. I'm going to start with the higher cut compound. So we've got some diamond cut McGuire's to start with. I'm going to move on to some Autosmart stuff, and then some filler to finish it off, and then some wax after that. Should look good. Sorry about the camera angle, got not much drive to work with. Start slow, build it up. Yesterday it started raining in the middle of trying to polish and blend in that panel, so I had to stop, went and played with some conduit inside instead. But today it's lovely, so I finished it off. It's not perfect, but I will show you best I can. Not the best angle around here. Not blended perfectly either, but the panel overall does look better. Went a bit crazy with the sandpaper on this bit, or didn't put enough paint on it, so it's showing through, but I'm not going to correct it as it's not rusty anymore, and overall the panel looks a lot better.
Morning. Oh, look at my hair. Oh well, never mind. Fun job today. Let me show you what I'm using and what I'm doing. I've taken all of the plastic bumpers, for want of a better word, off. See, they're filthy, so I'm going to clean all of these. I've taken the hooks off. I'm going to give those a clean as well, and then I'm going to put some silicone around them, just around the outside here, and then put them all back on again. Here's the hole that the clip should be through, and you can see the watermarks here, just down here. So yeah, so I'm taking all of those off, sealing them with some silicone, which I've done on this side as well. See, just there, the black silicone around it. One of the other things that I'm also going to do is, when you take off these bumpers, plastic things, you're left with some of these, or sometimes anyway, we weren't on the other side actually, but this side we've got some of these really flimsy rubber kind of pegs. There's one up here as well, and you can see how much this one jiggles around. That's the only thing that's stopping water from going inside to your insulation. So I'm going to put some silicone around those as well. Just for extra measure really, just to make sure that we really don't get any water inside. I've used these tools here, which I think were, I didn't actually order them, Joe did, but I think he said they were about £6. So these are really good for just getting in between the van and the plastic thing and just kind of just using it to gently coax the plastic bit off. Having said that, this one's being really stubborn, which is why I'm stopping and filming, because I wanted an excuse not to do it. I'm just going to use this multi-purpose silicone, really simple. One of the things that we also had to do was take off this runner here, and that was because we had a little bit of rust, as you can see from where the paint now is. We had a little bit of rust behind it that needed dealing with. So yeah, we unscrewed it from the other side and painted over it.